Hello everyone, in today's video we are going to learn how to find out the square root of a number by using long division method and also finding the square root of decimals and also estimating the square root method. Clear? So these three topics we are going to learn in this video with each example, and this are the concepts that are required to solve exercise 6.4. Clear? So you can easily solve exercise 6.4 after listening to this video on your own. I suggest you to solve problems on your own instead of searching for each and every problem on YouTube. Of course, you'll get each solution of each and every problem on YouTube, on Google and everything, but you have to try to solve the problems, because then only you'll give work to your brain, then only your brain will think of it, then only you can do problems easily. Clear? So the first question is, find the square root of 4096 by division method he is asking us. So we are required to find out the square root of 4096 by using long division method. We have different methods for finding out the square root, right? A repeated subtraction method, but repeated subtraction method is not possible for this. It is possible, but it will take a lot of time, right? And even prime factorization also, we have to prime factorize it for so many times. You can go with repeated subtraction or prime factorization or long division method of your choice. But if in the question he is asking you to particularly go with this method, you have to do with that method. Clear? Now let us do with 4096. First you have to write the given number 4096. Clear? Now what is that you have to do is, from the last you have to divide each number into two parts. Okay, see, for these two numbers you have to put a bar, and for these two numbers you have to put another bar. Clear? So this is how you have to divide the number first. After dividing the number, you have to keep like this. You have to put this is a division symbol. Okay, now the first bar, the number in the first bar, you have to divide from the last. Okay, 96 then 40. Suppose you have a number like 176, then you have to divide these two, and this one will be taken single. Okay, there will be no pair for 1. Got it? So here you have 40. So the nearest perfect square to 40, what is the nearest perfect square that you have? So 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16, 5 square is 25, and 6 square is 36, 7 square is 49. So the nearest perfect square that you have closer to 40 is 36. You have to take always the lesser number. Of course 49 is also closer to 40, but you have to take the lesser number always. So 36 is the nearest perfect square. How can you write 36 as 6 into 6? Right? So here you have to write 1 6 and here another 6. In the quotient place 1 6, and here you have to write the another 6. Clear? Now 6 6 are 36, right? So here you have to write 36 and 4. Okay, so the remainder is 4. 40 minus 36 you have to do, the remainder is 4. Then after you have to bring this 96 to down. The entire bar you should bring down. Okay, in the normal subtraction we'll be bringing only one number, one by one we'll be bringing, right? Now it is not like that. You have to bring the entire bar. Clear? Now 496 is here. Now what is the new number that you're going to take? You have to double this number. Whatever the number here you have to double that number. 6 is the number you have here, right? You have to double 6. What is double of 6? 12. 6 2s are 12. So 12, and put a dash here. You have to put some number in this dash, so that whatever number you keep here, the same number you should put here also. When you multiply these both numbers, you should get exactly this number or something closer to this number. Okay, I'll tell you. Look at here. 112 is that you have, right? You have to put something in this blank. And whatever the number you are putting in the blank, the same number you have to multiply to it also. See, 1, 2, let us keep 1 in the blank. As you are keeping 1 in the blank, you have to multiply with 1. Then you will get 121. The next is 121 is not closer to 496. 120. After 1, the next number you have is 2. You are keeping 2 in the blank. So try to multiply with 2 only. 122 into 2 will give you 244. Right? Then 123 into 3. right? 120, you are putting 3 in the blank, so you have to multiply with 3. 123 into 3 will give you 963. It is 369, right? So it is also not closer to 496. Of course it is closer, but let us try to find out 124 into 4. Okay, so 4 4s are 16, 4 2s are 8 plus 1 9, and here you have 4 1s are 4, so you got 496, right? So it is equal to the number which you have here. So what is the correct number that you have to put here? 4. 124, and what is that you're multiplying to 124? 4 again, right? So you have to put that 4 here. Clear? So 124 into 4 will give you 496, and 496 minus 496 will give you remainder 0. So the division process is completed. But now what is the square root? Whether 124 is the square root, or 6 is the square root, or 64 is the square root. The number which you get here is the square root of the asked number. Okay. The quotient of this division is the square root of the number which is asked. Clear? So square root of 4096 is equal to 64. The number which you have here on the top should be taken as the square root. Clear? So this is about 4096. Now let us go with another example, 1024 also. Okay. This is somewhat complicated. Many people will find it harder. So I am using 2 examples to explain this concept. Clear? Now moving on to our next example, 1024. You have to find out square root of 1024. Okay, write 1024 here. Divide it into bars from the last. Here 2 bars, and here for these 2 numbers 1 bar, and for these 2 numbers you have to put 1 bar. Okay, now do this. And what is the nearest perfect square to 10? 9, right? So 9 you will be getting by multiplying 3 and 3. 3 3s are 9. So 9. Okay, and what is the remainder? 10 minus 9 is 1, and you have to bring this bar to down, 124, and you have to double this 3. What is the double of 3? 6. 6 dash something. What is the dash? We have to find out now. 6 ones are, sorry, 6, and let us put 1 in the blank, then it will become 61 into 1, that is 61. Now let us put 2 in the blank, that will become 62 into 2, that is 124, right? So we got 124. How many times 62 into 2? So you have to keep 2 here, and as you are multiplying it with 2, you have to keep this 2 here also. 62 into 2 is 124. So you will get 0. The remainder is 0. The division process is completed. And what is the number you have left over here? 32. So square root of 1024 will be equal to 32. Clear? This is how you have to solve these kind of problems. This is how you have to find out the square root by using division method. Okay, this is for whole numbers. Now let us check how to do the same process for division, for decimals, whether it is applicable for decimals or not. Okay, for the decimals also you have to do the same thing. First you are supposed to find out square root of 51.84, right? First you have to write 51.84, okay, and divide it into bars. So when you are dividing these kind of numbers, you have to divide the whole part. This is the whole part, right? 51 is the whole part. You have to divide the whole part from the last. That means like this you have to divide. But whereas the decimal part, the part which you have after point, you have to divide it from this side only. Okay, that means for example, if you have a number like 209.3678, okay, this is the number you are asked. So you are supposed to find out the square root of this number. Then how do you put bars to these numbers? Means for the whole part, this is the whole part, right? And this is a decimal part. For this part you have to start keeping it from the rightmost end only, like this. For these 2 numbers 1 bar, and for this one number 1 bar you have to keep. For the decimal part you have to keep from this side. That means for these 2 numbers 1 part, and from these 2 numbers 1 part. You have to do the reverse operation that you are doing for whole numbers to decimals. Clear? So now let us put our division symbol. So what is the nearest square root that you have for 51? Okay, 49. 7 sevens are 49. and 8 8s are 64. So 8 square is becoming greater than 51. So 7 is the nearest square root. You have to put 7 here and 7 here also. 7 7s are 49. Right? So 51 minus 49 will become 2. You have to bring this 84 here. 84 to down. Okay. Double, as you are bringing this bar to down, this is after decimal. So you have to put a point here. Okay. So 284. What is the double of 7? 14. What is that? You have to multiply to 14 in order to get to 84. Okay. Let us check. 14 dash into dash is equal to 141 into 1 is equal to 141. You are keeping 1 in the place of blank. Then next 14 dash into dash will give you how much? 142 into 2 will give you 284. 284 is what we are required here, right? So you have to keep 284 here. 142 into 2. You will get remainder 0. When you got the remainder as 0, what is the quotient you have? 7.2. So under root of 51.84 is equal to 7.2. Nothing. When the moment you are bringing the places after point, whatever the digits you have after point, when you are bringing it to down, then you have to put a point here. That's all. The remaining process is similar to the whole numbers only. Clear? So square root of 51.84 is equal to 7.2. Okay, the next method we have is estimating square root method. This method you have to use when you are finding the square root of a number which is not a perfect square, or even you can use for perfect squares also, but there are some numbers which are not perfect square and you have to estimate to its nearest whole number. Then you can use this method. Okay, I'll tell you with an example. He is asking us to estimate the value of root 80 to the nearest whole number, right? Our question is root 80, right? So what is the perfect square, nearest perfect square to root 80? We have to check out. Clear? What is the nearest perfect square that you have to root 80? Root 1 is less than, let us take first, 1 is less than 80 is less than 100, right? So we have 1 less than 80 less than 100. So apply square root on all the sides. You will get root 1 less than root 80 less than root 100. So 1 is less than root 80 is less than 10 you got. So this is not more accurate. Then what is the nearest perfect square that you have to 80? 81, 9 square, right? And another one you have is 64. 8 square is 64. So 80 is lying between 64 and 81. So 64 is less than 80 is less than 81. Right? When you apply square roots, root 64 is less than root 80 is less than root 81. So 8 is less than root 80 is less than 9. So root 80 is lying between 8 and 9. But what is that you have to take among 8 and 9? 8 square is 64 and 9 square is 81. 81 is much closer to 80 or 64 is much closer to 80. That is what you have to check out. 80 minus 64 is 16, whereas 81 minus 80 is 1. Here the difference is only 1, but here the difference is 16, right, between 8 square and 9 square. So that is the reason why you have to take 9 only. Clear? You can take 9. So the nearest whole number to root 80 is 9. In that way you can round off the nearest whole number to root 80. Got it? So whenever, suppose you are asked to find out the nearest square root of 70, then root 70 you have to find out. What is nearest? 64 and 81 are nearest to 70, right? Among 64 and 81, which is more closer to 70, 64 is more closer to 70. So that is the reason why you have to round off. You can round off root 70 to 8. In that way you can do it. Okay, that's all for this video. And if you have any doubts, or if you want me to include any other topics, or if you are not able to understand anything, let me know in the comments so that I'll clarify it. And if you want any notes or any problems, and if you want me to contact personally, then you can join the WhatsApp group. I'll give the link of the WhatsApp group in the description. You can join the group and you can ask your doubts there. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, do subscribe and share with your friends. If you've understood whatever I've explained in this video clearly, just hit the like button and let me know your views in the comments. Okay, and don't forget to share with your friends. If you want me to include any other subjects or any other topics, let me know in the comments so that I'll do it for you. So that's all. This is the end of this video. This is the end of the chapter squares and square roots. Let me know in the comments next which chapter I should go with, so that I'll do it for you. Okay, thank you guys.